Road dog with me. The turn up queen herself, Lil Zozo. What's popping? What's popping? She gets done with shit. She just tosses it. It's so wasteful. Big Von, what's happening? Sabo, what's good, brother? What's happening, my man? Sabo Shen, the legend, is in the house. She has to turn up. Yes, mom is out of town, so yeah, I can start off by that, man. Start off by that. I'm gonna tell everybody. I keep it real. I tell my truths. Yesterday was tough. Mama was out. She's down in San Diego for a couple of days on a work trip, and we did a FaceTime like around like 3:00, and she started crying, like literally for like an hour and a half, hour like plus, and I couldn't go live because she was wilding out. We had dinner. She chilled out, and she didn't go to bed until a little late, but we were good. And then 2:30 a.m. ghetto birds start flying around, man. Like I'm in South Central. She just wants to party. 2:30 a.m. I already am short on sleep, and she just want to party all damn night. So I have been up. She has no nap all day, so I'm expecting her to pass the hell out like right after we're done here. But she's chilling right now, so we'll keep it at that, man. The Dad Chronicles. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. We got some good stuff to talk about. I'm gonna bring up yesterday's. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna bring up like everything I didn't cover yesterday. First, we're gonna get on yesterday's issues first. Before, yeah, man, dad life for real. We get on yesterday's issues first before we move on. We touch on those real quickly, and we'll talk about Michigan. So for everybody's new, man, like welcome. Everybody, Shiloh, what's happening? M Thompson 34, what's good? Hang 1011, what's happening? CBD Killer. I promise you, it's the same person on YouTube. Just putting killer at the end of their name. All right, so what's up, everybody? For everybody who's new, my name is Rico Lamite. I am the dopest dad in the universe, obviously, but also CEO, founder of Cannabis Global, decentralized media broadcast organization, and where we are one network, many voices from around the cannabis community. Also, every single morning on the weekdays, State of Cannabis NewsHour, you can catch us 9 a.m. Pacific. And we go over the biggest news stories in the industry, above and below ground. It's pretty cool. We have black, brown, white, Asian, gay, straight, like everybody on the team is very, very, very diverse. We have Republicans, Democrats, socialists, anarchists, like all of that, everybody represented on there. And we talk about the biggest issues in the cannabis industry. We debate them. We invite the audience up on stage with us too. And if you guys haven't checked this out yet, make sure you guys do, please. So yesterday's story first. Let's rock that out first. So yesterday, since baby girl's wild and I could not go live. If you guys are parents, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. I was no way I was going to go live with her screaming in the background. So yesterday's story about legal cannabis in California. How much legal cannabis is actually in California? It's a state secret. Remember how when you were a kid and your parents told you not to stay out past when the lights go out? Their answer was always because I said so. That's the way the state of California is dealing with everything. What do you want? You want more? Oh, she wants more. That's the way the state of California is dealing with the data in the state as well. So in the absence of specific data, what actually went down past sunset, like myself, left an informational gap in my young mind's judgment, just begging to be filled. I actually did eventually stay out past dark, and you know what? I'm a father now. So that because I said so, what do you want? So that because I said so, bullshit rhetoric leads to bad decisions, and that's why I always vowed never to say just because I said so to Zora, and on why or why not she's afforded certain freedoms. Prudent decision making is all about risk management, and the absence of vital information leads to ill-informed decisions at best, and catastrophic failure at the very worst. Pretty simple logic. So if somebody needs to tell that to the DCC, California is big, $40 million, 40 million people big, the oldest and most well-established cannabis industry in the U.S. And how big is that in numbers? Nobody knows. Only a select handful of state regulators and elected officials know the exact number of what's going in and out on the retail side, what's going in and out. They know what's going in on the wholesale side, but nobody knows exactly what those numbers look like as people buy them. Why? Because they say so. Every other ag sector knows the data that crops harvested and sold. And that's vital information for entrepreneurs, bankers, and regulators alike. How do operators decide on how much to grow, how much money to invest, what kind of returns to expect? How do municipalities know how many licenses to distribute? It's not that there's not the data. It's just what we have is unreliable. Tax information published by the State Department of Taxation and Finance says legal cannabis is at least a $5 billion industry in California. Q2 2021 revealed 1.3 billion recorded in taxable sales. So we're on track to about 5.2 billion right now. Maybe the state's just waiting for us to come of age to tell us exactly how much money is coming in and out, and not these estimates. Until then, we're going to continue getting these radio edits. The official state point of sale data is not available to the public. Sales estimates are calculated by industry organizations, and who's fact checking them? Growers have no idea what products are really in demand or what's not really selling. Lenders have no idea how big loans really should be. Industries are more efficient with vital data sets, and when those data sets are complete. In the article, a spokesperson for the DCC said that it's simply state law that track and trace data cannot be publicly released. If we ask them why, I guarantee they'll say because they said so. So we need to get that changed out here. And I'm curious to see what everybody else has to say about California withholding information, vital information from investors, from operators. Like, how does that make you feel? If you guys want to comment on that, please reach out, Cannavision.global, DM us, and let us know what you guys think about that. And what do y'all think about the biggest market in the entire industry not giving out good information? She's wilding out, y'all. So this is why I wasn't on here yesterday. But let's go on to today's story. So very excited about this. My homeboy Chris Jackson, he's a Cannavision Global broadcaster out of Michigan, Pontiac, Michigan. Tatiana Grant out of Detroit. She was actually highlighted in this article too. So Michigan launched their joint ventures program to help bring diversity. She's good. Help bring diversity to the cannabis industry. Black business ownership in the cannabis industry overall hovers around 2%. There's multiple factors involved, and several programs have been introduced nationwide to address the problem head on. My gripe with those programs is that most of them copy efforts that have already been tried and failed in other states. See California. It's almost as if whenever a state starts to shift towards adult use, they're simply checking a box labeled social equity to say that they tried, knowing that it was a half-assed effort at best, knowing that it's going to fail. The one bright spot that I've observed over the last 2 years, at least in their ingenuity and dedication to trying new community-driven ideas tailor-fitted to their own market, is Michigan. Data released in Michigan's marijuana regulatory agency last year showed that of individuals who have ownership interests in licensed adult use cannabis business in Michigan, only 3.8% were Black and 1.5% were Latino. Numbers are trash, but they're still twice as much as the national average. So big ups to Michigan for that. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, nearly 80% of the people are in federal prison, 60% in state prisons for drug offenses are Black or Latino. We need to get these people jobs. We'll talk about that in a second too. So to address these disparities, the MRA launched a new program on Tuesday to bring more social equity to the state's cannabis industry. The new Joint Ventures Pathway Program, JVPP, was established based on a recommendation made by the MRA's Racial Equity Advisory Work Group earlier this year. The JVPP will connect eligible social equity applicants and participants with adult use licenses and any businesses or organizations that wish to work with social equity participants and are interested in pursuing partnerships. That was their statement from the MRA. So as the agency responsible for implementing and administering laws governing commercial licensure of marijuana industry in Michigan, the Marijuana Regulatory Agency recognizes the importance of equity and opportunity for businesses operating in this newly legalized industry. So this is big, man. This is big. It's a big positive coming out of Michigan. And I can't do anything but applaud their efforts to keep on trying new ideas on how they're going to be working with social equity in the state, how they're going to be getting more Black and brown operators up to par with their counterparts who do not need those funds. So big ups to Michigan, big ups to what they're doing and continuing to fight the fight. You have a lot of these other states. Massachusetts is one of them. You're just trying stuff that has been shown to fail in established markets. Just say you tried social equity. Get shit together and keep on trying, man. Every market is different. This is why Cannabis Global exists, because we believe that me here, South Central LA, we have a very, very different outlook on things than the Valley here. But even on a bigger scale, like California cannabis, I can't tell the stories of Michigan. I can't tell the stories of Illinois. I can't tell the stories of Massachusetts. That's why we have people out in all those states telling you exactly what's going on, so we don't have to rely on these big business outlets. So you don't have to rely on Forbes, Benzinga, Green Market Report. That's why we report on those big stories, and I go directly to the streets. Period. I go directly to the communities that represent these big stories. If Curaleaf opens a $20 million facility in your backyard, I'm not going to go to Curaleaf and congratulate them. I'm going to go to the community and ask them, like, what's your take on this? How is this affecting your personal, your lives? How is this affecting the business there on the ground? Is it helping or is it hurting? Because we all know that Curaleaf is going to paint a rosy picture when they put that out in Forbes. We all know that their marketing team is going to go to work, and the deep pockets in the industry are going to love every little bit of it. If you're investing, you're going to love that shit. But if you're investing, if any, in that community, fuck that. If you're investing in those big companies, you're hurting as well, because you don't get the full story. You don't get the real story. Every story has three sides. You know, I just like staying on the edge. So quick questions for that. At 3.8 Black ownership in Michigan is 2 times the industry average. What percentage is actually attainable before federal legalization? If I'm right on this, I believe that we're going to be federally legal. I know that it is very, very sooner than any of my peers in the industry, but I have my reasons. I think we're going to be federally legal by midterm elections. If we're not, whatever. Is that enough time to get those numbers up? I don't know. Young baby, what's happening? Young baby says, always looking to see more diversity in the new industry. As a license holder and operator, I do offer a free initial consultation to any minority entrepreneurs. Always here for questions. Please. Love that. Please, if you could please DM Cannavision.global. Let our team know about that, and we'll put that out there, man. Anything to help out communities of color, anything to help out folks that are doing awesome things in the industry, we are always down for that. And if you want to become a rev share partner or a sponsor of what we do, please hit us up. We can help you out with that. We have over 60,000 on our distribution list for email. That is industry-wide, not just in the U.S. And on top of that, we have people on the ground pretty much in every region in the U.S. Period. CT Grow Easy, what's happening? Underscore Extra, what's happening? AR Massage Services, what's happening, Aaron? And real quick, we got to help out each other. Period. 3.8% Black ownership, 2 times the industry average. That's unacceptable. We got to make sure we're helping people get into this industry. If 80% of folks that are in federal prison for drug crimes are Black or brown, 60% in state prisons, state jails are Black or brown. We got to make sure these people are getting a seat at the table. Period. And speaking of that, I love what 40 Tons is doing. We're actually going to be out with 40 Tons tomorrow. So make sure you guys, if you guys can be out in Hawthorne, California, check us out, man. We're actually going to be volunteering our time and getting a lot of these ex-felons headshots. Me and the Cannavision team are going to be out there in Hawthorne getting headshots and helping people out on the basic steps, man. Getting them into the industry if they want to get into the cannabis industry. Take that step, man. Huge fan of everybody getting in this shit, because 95% of what's available outside the industry is available here, and this is just the beginning. Can other states match? Oh, I didn't even answer the question. So what percent is actually attainable before federal legalization? I think it's going to happen at the end of next year. I want to at least get to 10%. I think that is feasible. It's going to be tough to get to 10%, but we can do it. Period. There's enough jobs available. There's enough incompetence at the top of the supply chain that could be canceled and get out, and you can put black and brown operators in there, especially the ones that have done time. Period. It should not be a red mark on your resume because you've done time in this industry. That should actually be a resume booster. You should move to the front of the fucking list for any executive program in this industry if you have been to jail or prison for it. This is my personal opinion on it. All right. Can any other states match Michigan's creativity in trying to tackle equity issues? No. No. Like, they've had plenty of runway. Michigan's legal adult use program is very, very young. I think they're entering the third year now. And nobody has come close to what they're doing in trying new things. If this doesn't work out, awesome. We have another idea. Chris Jackson on my team, he reached out to me earlier and said that, and then they put like 20 proposals in front of them. And they're just going through that checklist. They're trying out a bunch of things, seeing what works for the community, seeing what's helping people, seeing what's not, and moving forward. So big ups to Michigan for their ingenuity and their ability to pivot quickly and to help more people. And I hope that more states adopt that can-do attitude. I know that Denver is trying to do some of the same things. So big ups to that, man. Get more black and brown people in this. All right. So is social equity still worth the fight, with most state programming ending up dead on arrival? It's a complicated question. Very complicated question. I think equity is still worth the fight. I think calling it social equity, we're actually putting an asterisk on opportunity. Period. Just like affirmative action. People say, "Oh, you're affirmative action hire." I was affirmative action hire when I was in corporate finance. And you know what? I was the number one producer at the firm. I brought in more money than everybody else. And if it wasn't for affirmative action getting me in that position, I never would have had a chance to be there. So I feel like calling it social equity makes you a target to about a bunch of deep-pocketed piranhas that are in the water right now. And then number two, calling it social equity, also, like, down the line, if you are successful, somebody's gonna say, "Oh yeah, well, that's because social equity." Fuck that, man. I think we should be working towards community equity, period. And if social equity, I'm unapologetic when I say this, I'm pro reparations. I think social equity is the best we're going to get and the closest we're going to get to reparations. And so I'm for social equity. I hope that it works. Just seeing all the iterations where it's failed is it's very disheartening. I think it's going to continue to. Joe Biden doesn't give a fuck. Kamala Harris, who knows? She is a wild card. I don't know. She just might be president soon. But I think social equity is the closest thing we're going to get to reparations. Just because the numbers are what they are. Like I said, 80% of people in prisons are black and brown for drug offenses. And it's just sad. It's sad. That's what you need to get forward and to move forward. And if anything this last year has not told you, is that people are for a lot of lip service, and they're not going to do a lot of what they say to help people of color succeed above ground. So it just is what it is. All right. Questions, comments? Gonna talk shit about me not showing up yesterday because I couldn't get my baby to stop crying. She just needs a nap. And she has not napped since Mama left. Mama will be back very, very soon. All right, man. Grow Cannabis was good. OG was good. Make sure you guys check out Veronica. What's up, Veronica? Veronica's in the room. Make sure you guys show up tomorrow in Hawthorne. Can I get a job? Big ups, huge big ups to 40 tons and the whole crew over there. We're going to be helping out with headshots. So if you are ex-felon, you need to get your LinkedIn together. You need to get your headshots for a job together. We know a lot of stuff is over Zoom nowadays. We can help you out with that tomorrow, free of charge. Ooh, I got some white shit on my lips. Make sure you guys check out 40 Tons brand and show them some love. Anthony and Corvain have been doing their thing, and I'm really making the rounds, and I'm really happy to be in the space with folks like that. Like Veronica said, it's Cannabis Career Fair that we have tomorrow. We want to focus on folks that have not had the best of luck staying out of trouble of the law. There's a lot of us that have been in that same boat. And yeah, tomorrow, come on out, get free headshots. Here's some of the biggest speakers in the industry, and just doing a lot of things for to prevent recidivism, right? So get more and more people out of prison, get more and more people opportunities in the cannabis space, and just paying it forward, man. I said this when we were on Clubhouse yesterday with Corvain and Anthony and their team. Oh shit! They were asking me a little bit about my background. Like, yes, I have been arrested. Yes, I have a record. It's not in the cannabis lane. If you guys want to do some digging, go look into Illinois. But it's fucked up, man. A lot of people don't get their records automatically expunged. We're going to be helping out with free expungements tomorrow. We're going to be helping out with getting people headshots tomorrow. Basic stuff that people just don't have access to. You need to give access. When my company, when Baker Technologies, we went public in, I think it was late 2018. We won a big award at the California Cannabis Awards. Shout out to WebJoint and like all that shit for Technology of the Year. And I use my time on stage to talk about the Black and brown soldiers that we've lost to the war on drugs. Who gives a fuck about these billion-dollar companies coming through and doing this and doing that? We need to make sure we get our people out of jail. And I mean that. So every chance that I get to give people my platform that have done time for this, just think back on, when I was got my VA people in here, in Virginia, man, like all of my homeboys, where I'm from in Virginia, man, like a lot of people don't get out. You go to war, meaning you join the military, or you get in the game. That's pretty much it. If you're a person of color, that's it. You're either on one side of the game, you're either serving or you're getting served, become a junkie, or you join the military because there's no jobs available. And that's just reality where I come from. So luckily, I got into sports, and I was the first one to go out of where I was from in Fluvanna County, Virginia, to get a full paid scholarship. I went to Northwestern University, and the rest is history. I ended up selling weed out of necessity when I was homeless. After I graduated from college, supporting opioid addiction. So I was in a very, very different position. Luckily, I didn't get put away for selling weed, but I know a lot of people who did. A lot of people back home serving time just because their car smelled like weed in Virginia. So we need to make sure that we're not just giving back, we're paying that shit forward, man. None of us in this industry would be in a position we are if those motherfuckers did not go to jail. They didn't go to prison. They didn't serve time. They didn't die. So I'm always going to be doing that. I'm always going to stand up for the soldiers that have fallen in the war on drugs and the soldiers we need to get out, the POWs. So make sure you guys come out tomorrow, man. If you're in Hawthorne, California, if you're in LA, show some love. If you guys can help out in any way, reach out to 40 Tons brand. Huge shout out to Anthony and Corvain, and they're incredible women that are holding them down too, man, throughout the whole ordeal. And yeah, man, happy about that, man. That's the kind of stuff that puts a big smile on my face. It's always fun doing events. On the lifestyle side, it's always fun doing events on the wellness side, on the business side, helping people raise money. But when you can actually help people get jobs that the rest of this world is just like tossed out, fuck that, man. Fuck mainstream society. It always comes back to the people, and if you're about the people, show some love and support 40 Tons and what they're doing. Period. So Big ups to everybody. I love you all. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday for those of you. What's up, Queen Cocoa Puffs? For those of you guys who weren't in earlier, I apologize one more time. I wasn't here yesterday because I couldn't get my baby to chill out. But I'm back like I left something. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Make sure you guys check us out tomorrow morning. State of Cannabis NewsHour. We can get your daily dose, 9 a.m. Pacific. And everybody who's going to be out at 40 Tons, Can I Get a Job Fair tomorrow for ex-felons. Can't wait to see y'all there. Hawthorne, California. It's Rico Lamitte, dopest dad in the motherfucking universe. You guys, here's Zozo over there. She's over there. She needs a nap. Go rock her to sleep now. All right. Much love, everybody. Reach out to Cannavision.global. DM us if you have any questions, comments, any of that stuff. A young baby has a question over here. This is all knowledge I learned in the field, but happy to help and give anyone a leg up in the right way. We have some same opinion on that. Appreciate it. I bet he's good work for doing all. Much love. Much love, y'all. Peace. I'm out.